Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Stephanie and I'm a physical therapist, and today we're going to go through a morning mobility routine. When you wake up in the morning, you usually feel stiff, maybe it's hard to get out of bed, maybe it just takes you a while to get warmed up. Well, this is something you can do, and it's really quick, and you can do it in your bed, so you can do it before you get out of bed, or you can get up and do it on a mat on the floor if you want to, and it'll just loosen everything up and make you feel so much better during the day. Okay, so we're going to lay on our back first. And what we're going to do first is called a bridge with a shoulder opener. So basically, you're going to lift your hips up and then bring your arms up overhead as far as you can, and then back down and back down to the floor. This really opens up your hips, kind of gets your low back loosened up, and it opens up your shoulders. So you're going to lift, arms up overhead, and back down. We're going to do, you can do between 5 and 10. Let's do about 10 of these. And what you really want to work on is just doing nice and slow movement. So lift up in the bridge, arms overhead, and back down, up in the bridge, arms overhead. And if you don't have this much shoulder motion, that's okay. So if you go up in the bridge and you maybe can only get to here, that's totally fine. Just go within your range of motion. What you really want to focus on with the bridge is you want to kind of keep that core tight. You don't want to overextend your hips, but you also don't want to underextend your hips. So you want to go to kind of a straight position here and then lift your arms overhead. So up slowly and then arms and back down. And this one feels good for your whole body. It kind of gets that extra stretch with your arms overhead. All right, let's do 2 more of these. Got 1 and 2. All right, next one, you're gonna put your legs out straight. We're gonna do what's called a supine hip opener. So this is something you can also do standing up, but since we're doing a morning or bed mobility routine, we're gonna do it laying on our back. So you're just gonna bring one leg up like this, and then bring your leg out to the side. So this kind of opens up the hip here, and then you're gonna bring it back down. Same thing on the other side. And you just wanna go within your range of motion. So if you can go all the way to the floor, that's totally fine. If you can't, that's totally fine too. And you can kind of, if you want more of a stretch, you can kind of rotate a little bit. You don't want to rotate too much because then you're not really stretching that hip, but you can rotate a little bit. You can also pause for a couple seconds, get a deeper stretch there. And we're just going to go back and forth. You can do between 5 and 10 on each side, just whatever feels good to you. We're going to do a few more of these here. Just really open up those hips. All right, let's call that 1. We're going to do, that's 1. And let's do 1 more on each side. Number 2. And number 2. All right, next, 1 more, laying down on your back. You're going to cross 1 leg over, and you're just going to rotate. So I like to call this the bretzel, because it's kind of like a pretzel slash bridge, or the piriformis rotation stretch, because you're kind of getting a good stretch in the piriformis muscle, that muscle down here kind of deep in your butt. So you're just going to go back and forth, just like this, and go as far as you can comfortably. So if you can't go that far, that's okay. You don't want to have any pain. You might have a little bit of stretching or maybe a little discomfort if you're not used to doing this, but it shouldn't cause pain. So you're just going to go back and forth. You can count these, you can just do them for a little while. They feel pretty good, so you can do them as long as you feel comfortable. Okay, we'll do 1 more here, and then switch to the other leg. Okay, now same thing on the other leg, and just going to go back and forth as far as you can comfortably. So you can go all the way and touch your foot on the floor if you want to. Touch your knee on the floor if you can. You can let your back twist on this one, because this is kind of loosening up the lumbar, lower back area as well. And you can leave your hands wherever they're comfortable. So if they're comfortable by your sides, that works. If you need them to move a little bit so you have more range of motion, you can put them here, out to the side, wherever's comfortable. Just gonna go back and forth a few more times. All right, one more time. Okay, then we're gonna go ahead and sit up. And we're gonna kind of sit in a cross-legged position like this. Now, if this is hard for you, you can put your legs like this, you can put them straight out. You can also sit on a little rolled up towel or a pillow to make you a little bit higher, to make you a little more comfortable. But from this position, what we're gonna do first is we're gonna do a little side bending. So you're gonna grab one arm here. Well, we'll do this way first. So we're gonna go across here, and then across here as far as you can comfortably. You can also hold on to the opposite leg, get a little deeper stretch like this. You just want to pause for a second or two. Really feel a stretch kind of down the side of your back. This will kind of loosen everything up. You'll feel it in your lower back as well. You just want to do 5 or 10 to each side. Just really try to get a deep stretch there. No pain, just stretching. So you should feel it kind of down in here. All right, we're gonna do 2 more to each side. We got 1 and 2. Okay, 1 more in this position. We're gonna do a cat-cow, but seated. So while you're sitting like this, basically, you're gonna lean forward as far as you can, and then you're gonna come back up and kind of extend backwards. When you extend, you don't really wanna lean. You just wanna extend here. You can put your hands on your hips if you want to, and then lean forward and come back. You can also put your hands here. Kind of look up with it, get a neck stretch as well. Go forward and come back up and forward and back up. When you're going forward, you want to feel it kind of stretching down in the lower back here. When you come back up, you really kind of want to arch your back a little bit so you feel that stretch down there. You also feel it in your neck if you're looking up. Okay, we're gonna do, after this one, we'll do 2 more. Go here. And then 1 more. I'm looking up. Okay, last one we're gonna do is sitting. And so you're just gonna sit with your legs out. And again, you can sit on a pillow or a cushion or even a chair if you need more elevation. And so you're just gonna kind of bring your leg up here and kind of hold it, just kind of rock it back and forth. And if it's too hard to come out there, you can keep it out here, just kind of rock it back and forth. The more you do this, you should be able to get closer up here. It's kind of called a rock the baby. So you just go back and forth and go back out as far as you can, and then back here as far as you can. Just back and forth, wherever feels comfortable. Do a couple more here. Okay, and then we'll switch legs, bring this leg up. You can put your whole arm underneath and kind of go back and forth. If you don't have that much flexibility, that's okay. You keep your leg out here more. Kind of want to go back and forth. Kind of just getting the blood flowing too. So if you're not feeling a huge stretch with some of these, that's okay. Because getting the blood flowing to the muscles and kind of waking them up, that'll help you get moving in the morning as well. Okay, so we're gonna go back and forth a few more times. Okay, so you should feel pretty warmed up and good. And this is great to do in the morning, but you can also do it other times during the day.